Welcome to Intro Lecture number 2. In this lecture, we're going to talk about science in context. The learning objectives for this lecture: describe how attitudes and experiences generate new ideas, explain why peer review is important, explain the relationships between science and society, list practices common to both science and engineering. The process of science, remember the scientific method, okay? So the scientific method you've been kind of taught is a series of steps. It's not always a perfect step, and it kind of goes hand in hand with lots of other things. So there are four characteristics that a quote-unquote scientist needs. And in that case, if you have any of these characteristics or all of these characteristics, you can be a scientist. So curiosity, skepticism, creativity, and open-mindedness. Curiosity, you wonder why. Why are things happening? Why does something do something? Why does the light turn on? Why does the toilet flush? Okay. Skepticism, you're not willing to just take the short or simple answer. You're willing to investigate it a little bit further until you actually get to that proof. You actually see the answer happen, the same answer over and over and over again. You're willing to poke holes in people's ideas. If you like to argue, okay. Creativity, sometimes it's not always the first answer, sometimes it's not always the simplest answer, sometimes, especially when it comes to technology, building new stuff. Okay, if you think back, before we had indoor plumbing, okay, people dug a hole and went to the bathroom outside or in a bucket or something, well, a bowl or something like that, okay? Somebody had to look at that and go, there's a better way to do this, and start to come up with indoor plumbing and toilets and things that flush so they go away so you don't actually have to worry about them. That took some creativity. Creativity in looking at the fact that you don't want to do it the same way it's always been done. Okay, you're willing to look for a new answer. And then open-mindedness, just the idea that you're willing to look and keep your mind open to the possibilities. That kind of goes hand in hand with creativity, is that you're looking for other options. So there's four parts, you could say, to the science, four categories. All right. So the first one is exploration and discovery. So this is where we're actually looking for we're looking at observations. We're looking at things. This is where the curiosity and maybe even a little bit of the skepticism comes into place. And just looking at the world and saying, hey, what's going on out there that I'm interested in, that I want to look at? So when you're in the exploration or discovery phase, you may be making observations, you may be asking questions, you may be exploring the literature, which is basically a reading or investigating, finding inspiration, wherever that may come from. If you're somebody who's interested in technology and you want to find the inspiration for the next great thing that's going to push cell phones forward, okay? If you're interested in having an implantable cell phone, in your mouth, in your jawbone or something like that, okay? This is where we end up trying to figure out new technology. This is where that comes into play. Second, or not, they don't necessarily go in order. This is just, there's no it's kind of if you see the picture, it's a big circle. Community analysis and feedback. This is where we're actually willing to share that information with the world. Okay, and this is where scientists share via what's called peer-reviewed journals. Okay, and they get published, and that's actually the hallmark of being a scientist. If you've created something and you've written it up and it gets published, okay, that's how you know you've quote-unquote made it. Benefits and outcomes. This is where we actually take science that we've done and try to do something with it, okay, that's going to benefit the public. So we could either use that information to develop new technology, right, new medications, new new things like with cell phones, okay? They can monitor your heart rate now. Like if you have a smartwatch, they can monitor your heart rate. They can monitor some of that information that might be useful for a doctor, okay? Any medicines, okay? We can build knowledge to understand how things progress, understand how diseases progress, how genes are passed on to help people. So sometimes it's just, oh, now we know the answer. We can solve everyday problems. A lot of your problems are solved by science. Like, okay, here we go. The current events assignments, all right? After October, remember, I'm not telling you about them. You can use your cell phone or your computer to remind you an everyday problem. I might miss turning in that assignment because Ms. Nowicki doesn't tell me about it anymore. Okay? Solve that everyday problem. Get your phone or your computer to remind you. So then you don't have to think about it ever again. We can use that information to inform policy, okay? And we can address societal issues with it, all right? And that's a lot of times at the governmental level, taking science and taking science information and using it for the greater good of society, okay? Science and engineering practices. Science and engineering come together a lot. Science, a lot of times is considered the information part of it, and then engineering is taking that information and putting it into practice, okay? So actually making it happen. So taking the idea somebody had about a computer, okay, and then being able to actually create a working computer out of it. So the science and engineering practices are asking questions and defining problems, developing and using models, planning and carrying out investigations, analyzing and interpreting data, using mathematics and computational thinking, constructing explanations and designing solutions, engaging in argument from evidence, and obtaining, evaluating, and communicating information. And we're going to use a lot of these in class, okay? So they're not just saved for the scientists. All right, so that's it. I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.